Emerging from 2 years of COVID-19 pandemic impacts, I'm proud of how our community is recovering and how our city has responded to both individual and collective challenges. For 2+ years, our city has adapted and innovated to meet the growing needs of our community and ensure progress continues. In the fiscal year 2022 budget, we prioritize public health and safety and economic sustainability as our city continued to navigate the challenges of the global pandemic. Now, as we prepare for a post-pandemic Frederick, we find ourselves in position to address many critical needs and have a generational opportunity to set the city's foundation for future service delivery. We also remain committed to responsibly supporting Frederick through the continued priorities of protecting life, health, and safety. The vision and goals for the city incorporated in Community 2030, the 2020 Comprehensive Plan, and other adopted documents inform our initiatives and actions laid out in my proposed fiscal year 2023 budget. These goals include sustainable urban planning, social well-being, safe and vibrant community, competitive employment, enhanced mobility, and civic engagement. To those ends, I'm proud to present the fiscal year 2023 budget, which highlights my commitment to reinvest in our human capital and infrastructure to create a strong, equitable, and resilient city. This proposed budget is for the public's review and comment, and later for approval by the Board of Aldermen. I am proposing a general fund budget of $127 million, which is based on maintaining the existing municipal property tax rate of 73 cents per $100 of assessed value for the 10th consecutive year. It continues the 10-year phase-out of the business personal property tax, now in its 8th year. The budget across all operating funds, including water and sewer, stormwater, parking, the Weinberg Center, airport and golf course, and reserves, totals $197.3 million, supported by an expanding tax base, a strengthening economy for individuals and businesses, and renewed federal and state investment in support of local government. The detailed allocations within the budget allow the city to have flexibility to continue to adapt to the changing and increasing needs of our community. Based on our priorities of reinvesting in our workforce, building on our capital infrastructure, and creating a stronger, more equitable and resilient city, my budget makes the following commitments. I realize the most critical part of this organization is our people. The public servants who do the work each day on behalf of our residents keep city government operating. To continue providing residents with the best service delivery possible, we must remain a competitive employer in the region. My budget prioritizes these public servants by creating a new compensation scale for the 700 employees in the organization that addresses equity, seniority, and inflation. Included in that new compensation scale is the commitment to working toward a living wage for all, with the establishment of a new full-time minimum wage of $20 per hour for city employees. We're also investing in critical positions across many departments to address the increasing needs in our community. The budget adds positions in code enforcement to support expanding needs for proactive initiatives, including the vacant property registry. I'm proposing to add needed positions in our civilian ranks in the police department with an added restructuring of the communications division to continue to ensure timely response when our residents request police assistance. This budget also adds positions in career pathing in Parks and Recreation, DPW, engineering, water and sewer, and other departments to account for the growth of our city and the increasing workload demands. My proposed budget commits to critical capital investments to allow us to build Frederick together. My top capital priority is to carry out a project decades in the making of securing a new home for the Frederick Police Department. My proposed budget funds the engagement of a design and build team for the new location on East All Saints Street. Funds from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 will also allow us to continue the multi-year commitment to recommendations from the Army Corps of Engineers for stormwater improvements and surface flooding mitigation. My commitment to funding a new traffic calming capital improvement project increasing support for sports court and playground renovations and new park developments on the city's east, west, and north sides will allow our organization to respond to frequent constituent concerns, while also continuing to promote Frederick as a safe and vibrant city with a high quality of life. Renovating city-owned space at 100 South Market Street for permanent supportive housing is also included in my budget, promoting social well-being for some of our city's most vulnerable residents. This proposed budget emphasizes creating a more resilient, equitable, and sustainable Frederick. I have committed to doing that by accelerating access to and lowering the cost of sustainability projects in the private sector through the exploration of a green bank program. I have dedicated funds to developing new electric vehicle charging stations in the city, to evaluating and expanding as needed our residential composting and food waste recovery program. I've reiterated my commitment to equity in the city by enhancing mobility and addressing challenges for pedestrians, bicyclists, and motorists through new traffic signals, street resurfacing, sidewalk development and retrofit, and ADA intersection improvements. We will assist our local nonprofit community in responding to needs in the areas of arts, culture, youth, senior initiatives. My proposed budget includes many more initiatives, including the full implementation of the police body-worn camera program, supporting the second year of the Downtown Ambassador Program to extend resident, business, and visitor support in this dense and active area of our city. I am also proposing the enhancement of community outreach and legislative support through the addition of an engagement specialist in communications and a paralegal for aldermanic initiatives. As this budget is finalized, there are still opportunities for our residents to provide their input. I encourage and invite all in our community to participate in this budget process. Please review the full budget at cityoffrederickmd.gov/FY23 budget. Residents can provide their input via the feedback button on the budget page and participate in our upcoming budget discussions on April 6th, April 14th, April 25th, April 28th, May 2nd, and May 10th. All details for these budget discussions can be found on the budget website. Our city, as is the case with all communities, has been immensely challenged over the last 2 years. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and a post-pandemic Frederick is in sight. My proposed budget showcases my continued commitment to collaborate with our community, the city's executive leadership team, and the Board of Aldermen to provide responsive, effective, and innovative services that promote and enhance safety, well-being, and success for all in our community.